a teenage girl who accidentally releases an ancient evil spirit on Halloween, which causes decorations to come alive, must team up with the last person she would want to in order to save their town, which is her father. First of all, this family horror comedy has a decent premise, although it's not really original. It's definitely familiar and routine, but it's still fine as the setup is decent, gets right to the point, and is supported by a cast that knows this is meant to be a comedy first and a horror tale by default. What the movie needs is a good execution. Unfortunately, that's not the case here. The biggest problem is that this movie is not funny. The setup promises a gleeful escalation of comic pandemonium, but the film fails to deliver. A couple bits work just fine, but considering the rate at which jokes are thrown out, that's really lacking. Many other comedic scenes simply fail to land. The main actor is actually funny, but he's only funny when he's in the skeptical mode of his character, desperately trying to figure out some scientific explanation for the supernatural occurrences happening right in front of him. Unfortunately, he's mostly resigned here to running around and screaming a lot. The other big problem is that this movie has an opportunity for genuine creativity to exploit many Halloween displays to come to life and going after everybody. Unfortunately, that opportunity is not taken advantage of, and the monsters are all too familiar and practically devoid of personality. The movie really lacks visual imagination, as the creatures are dull and unoriginal across the board, failing to capitalize on the range of styles of decorations. One early set piece, in which deadly spiders run amok in a nursing home, shows potential, but swiftly devolves into a tedious slog of limb action cliches and irreverent quipping. The script is too busy running from set piece to set piece of bland creatures attacking the protagonist, a rhythm that takes no time at all to grow stale. Every scene of them results in some kind of chase or brawl with whatever makeshift weapons might be lying around. That feeling of a constant pattern hinders the action, the mildly scary bits, and unfortunately, the comedy. It might still be forgivable if the central human's character gets some quality arcs along the way, but the writing is equally uninteresting in this department. Sydney and her father are thin characters, and the movie tries to squeeze too much from their one note of conflict. The actors are given nothing to work with. The sense of them straining to add some semblance of emotion to a scene can actually make things a little uncomfortable. Overall, this movie really fails to meet its potential. We do not recommend this movie at all.